Okay, today we are playing a game on Watchpoint Gibraltar, where we are playing Ana on attack and Soldier 76 on defense, and there is no SR for today as it took place doing placements, but it was estimated to be somewhere in mid-platinum. So there's that. We're also on the console today, by the way. Consider yourself forewarned, we're on the PS4. Current team composition is D.Va, Roadhog, McCree, Genji, Moira, and Ana. So it's a little bit awkward because, right, we have this pretty immobile team. Right, because we got Roadhog, McCree, Moira, and Ana. But the other tank is D.Va, and the other DPS is Genji. So Roadhog, McCree, Moira, and Ana are going to be stood on the payload, but they're going to have no kind of shield at all to protect them other than the payload and Roadhog's chiseled abs. So it's a little bit awkward. I mean, D.Va might be there, but like, D.Va and Genji are going to go off and do their own thing. Like, let's be realistic here. So it's, it could be an issue, the actual standing on the objective part. Anyway, also kind of worth pointing out that Moira Ana, like, doesn't have an off healer like Zenyatta or Lucio. So I say like as if there's anybody else in the game that's an off healer right now. But because of that, it makes it a little bit harder to kill people, because the thing that Zenyatta and Lucio bring is the utility of Speed Boost and Discord, which are kill people fast. Also, their ultimates are very good at stopping, like Dragon Blade, Tac Visor, and that kind of thing, so not having either of them can be an issue, but I don't consider it to be a terrible state of affairs. So let's start the game. So we're attacking first. We're going to let Genji go out first. As we can see, Hanzo threw his skill into the hallway, but fortunately everyone made it out with their lives. Except Hanzo, ironically enough. So as we can see, Genji has just gone and put in mad work. Genji died, but he killed Mercy and Hanzo. Good enough. He killed their main healer. Now we've just lost both our DPS. So that's bad. So that is terrible. At least, like, Genji killed their main healer, which makes it difficult for them, but the fact we lost both our DPS makes it a little bit harder to get things done at that point. Granted, D.Va, Roadhog, Moira might not matter. Anyway, so, I went back because we chucked our grenade up at this boy's shield. It's a terrible use of the grenade. The grenade is, like, the strongest thing about Ana. Oh, it used to be so even stronger before they nerfed it. Oh, back when it was just straight up double healing. Oh, those were the days. Anyway, it's a very important cooldown. Ana, in general, very cooldown dependent hero. Grenade and Tranquilizer Dart are very important. So you don't really want to throw them at people, just kind of like hoping they do something, right? Like throwing it at Reinhardt's shield is very hopeful. It's like if he takes his shield down, yeah, we'll hit everyone. Otherwise, it's going to do nothing. And we don't want to do nothing with Ana's cooldowns because she needs them to, like, survive and really do much of anything. So the other thing is, there's no need to use the grenade on yourself right there. 48 health is not the end of the world. Like, just go and, like, stand next to the payload for a bit, or Moira will probably heal you eventually. 48 health is not enough to warrant the grenade. Unless you, like, think you're gonna die in the near future, like a fight's gonna happen right on top of you. Let's be realistic, probably not likely. So as we can see, Mercy has returned this man to his death. Like, if I was Soldier, oh boy would I be upset. Oh boy would I be upset. So we don't need to go up to these people. And I know why we've come up here. We want to make sure we hit the trank on the boy, but then this happens. The thing is with Ana is that you don't really want to be close to people. That's like the one thing Ana has over like other healers is that like she's very long range. You don't need to be closer to people. So yeah, being closer makes it easier to hit the trank, but like the idea is sort of that you're better at hitting it from further away rather than going closer to people. Also, probably don't need it to even kill Soldier right there. Like, he's got to run fucking far, and he's going to be getting run down by Genji and D.Va the entire time. Probably didn't even really need the trank, honestly. But you don't really want to go, like, right up to people. Feels good, man. He was trying to throw his skill at that D.Va. You could see him trying to line it up, and then he was like, what? Wait, what? So, feels good, man. Fuck it. He's gonna be upset about that one when he watches that kill cam. He is gonna be an unhappy boy. So we've almost got, Nano Boost. Now, we don't have much in the way of good Nano Boost targets. Basically, we've got Genji and, Roadhog, both using their ultimates, obviously. And, I mean, D.Va just, like, in general, not the worst thing in the world, but not really what we're looking for. So the problem that Ana has is just like her ult is such specific targets, really. So Genji's going in with Dragon Blade, and he's immediately impaled himself on his sword. He has just dashed in, tripped over his feet, and killed himself. So, very productive use of company resources. That went a lot better than expected, honestly. So we're looking for Soldier right now because he's using Tac Visor. And, oh, surprise, drop bear. McCree's behind us somewhere. Oh god, Reinhardt's also here. Yeah, that's my general thought on things as well. Yeah. What do I do about this one? Fuck it, I'll just go over here. Yeah, that's basically the idea. So, Moira using Nano Boost, now is not the time. Moira using Coalescence is not like the worst Nano Boost in the world either, but it's not really what we're looking for. Don't use Nano Boost right there. Like, we lost that fight. Like, that fight is over. Don't want to commit any more resources to it than would have already been committed. Now, there is, the argument that everybody else just used their ultimates, and you'll probably build yours up first because you're playing Ana, so it's not the end of the world, but like, we lost that fight. There's no point using your ult during it, because there was no way that fight suddenly turned out well. It's okay, we got all the time in the world, we got it basically all the way there, you know. Genji's fucking dead again, as we threw the grenade at him, so we're really stoked about that one. Elevator music playing in my head, don't worry about it. So Moira is, being inconvenient. Now, I can never get it to fucking work properly, but you can just, like, put your cursor over the person, and then push the I need healing button, whatever that is on console, I don't know, and it'll tell them to come to you for healing, instead of saying I need healing, but, if she's gonna stand out of the way and be difficult, that's her business. So, I understand that you don't want this boy to die. Just don't use the grenade on him. Just don't use the grenade on him right there. Like, we're resetting right now anyway, essentially, because we're still waiting for Genji. Actually, Genji's here. Never mind. Disregard. I lied to you. We're not resetting anymore. Still don't use it on him, anyway, because you don't want to use the grenade to heal somebody up between fights. Like, yeah, he got really low, but, like, honestly, nothing was really happening, and he got to the wall. Like, you don't want to use the grenade between fights, you really want to use it during the fight, because, like, if you can hit a bunch of your team, or a bunch of the enemy team with the grenade, or preferably both, then that's basically, like, really easy to win the fight at that point, especially if, like, Moira's got her ultimate or something, or just, like, Moira and Ana together do a fucking lot of healing. Like, Moira already does the most healing in the game, on top of, like, amplified by Ana, nobody dies. Nobody dies. Nothing feels better playing Moira than when you see the whole team have got the lemonade on them, and you just like, fucking, just watch them suddenly be full health in a matter of seconds. Anyway, you don't want to use the grenade between fights to heal people, you want to use it during the fight. The grenade is the strongest part of Ana, so it is like what we're trying to leverage on her to really win the game. And we do that by preferably hitting both teams with it, but really just like hitting a lot of people in a fight on one team or the other is what we're after. Using it between fights it's a long cooldown, dude, and it's really important. It is the strongest part of Ana. Ana doesn't have that much going for her right now, so we have to take what we can get. Right now, this boy looks like he might die. So that one's fair enough. And then, fucking, he was about as full health as he could possibly be. He had the, healing buff on him, used Take a Breather, and then Moira was there as well. He's about as healthy as he could possibly be. So we've hit him. Great. Fantastic. Wonderful. Go fucking heal Roadhog now. Like, go back around the other side and heal Roadhog. He's fucking dead now. So Reinhardt's running us down, which definitely feels bad, but that's the kind of death where I'm like, if you want to do that while your whole team's getting wrecked over there and we're pushing to the objective, that's your business, you know, like. Anyway, we're playing a healer. Healing is our #1 priority, and, Roadhog definitely needed healing right there, and we just, by the time we came back around there, he was already dead. We should have just been going around there to heal him sooner. When Roadhog starts using, the Rudy Tooty Whiz Bang Shooty, he paints, like, the biggest target on himself ever, because that's, like, weirdly enough, when Roadhog is ulting is the easiest time to kill Roadhog, so that people will come real hard for him right there, so you gotta be there. So we ended up, like, accidentally hitting Mercy with this, and fucking, she's upset, we're stoked. So there is an argument to be made here that it already looks like we're gonna win this team fight. That's a very optimistic use of the Trank. Don't do that, because he's holding his shield up again. You're just hoping he takes the shield down for, like, no reason. He would have, like, that kind of Trank is just aimed entirely at, I hope he's bad and takes his shield down when there's no reason for him to take a shield down. Any play that revolves around the enemy team being bad is itself a bad play. Now, there is the argument that you don't need to use your ult during this fight because it kind of already looks like we're gonna win. But at the same time, Nano Boost charges really fucking fast, and it's one of those ults that's like meh enough and charges fast enough that you just kind of want to throw it out there, so I'm fine with it. But there is the case to be made you didn't need to use the ult there. So we can see that Genji's making life difficult for both himself and us over there, as Genji often does, is just how they are. Here comes their Genji. Unfortunately, we didn't hit him with the grenade as well, which is like kind of what we want to have happen, but he's just slightly outside of range. Wait. Now, Genji, there's like a sweet spot with when he's using Deflect that if you use basically anything, it'll hit him as Deflect is ending, and it'll always fuck the Genji up. Like, my favorite one is Deadeye, right? Because, now, granted, if you fuck this one up, you die, right? So, but my favorite is, if Genji comes out and starts trying to deflect Deadeye back into you, there's a point where you can use it, because there's actually like a wind-up to him firing the shot. There's a point where he's still deflecting, you push the button, hits him like right as it's ending, and the Genji is always immediately tilted at that, because from his perspective, it always looks like he still had deflect going when he died. And as we know, tilting the enemy team is a very important aspect of Overwatch, because the team that tilts first is the team that loses. Now don't go and just fucking call people retards, you know, that's not a very productive way to tilt people. Just solo ult them as Reinhardt instead, regardless of who they are. They'll be upset. They'll be immediately tilted. Then also, teabag the fuck out of that person. And then they're tilted. Is it juvenile? Oh yeah. But you know they get tilted by it. You know that when someone teabags you in game, you immediately go, fucking really? What is it, 2012? Yeah, actually. So we accidentally killed Genji. Feels good, man. And, yeah, things are going pretty well. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a grenade to throw into that, but also there's, like, nobody here. So it's not really the end of the world. Should be, healing D.Va rather than trying to shoot this person, because D.Va's over there trying to get back into her mech. We don't want D.Va to die before she gets back in her mech. That would be woefully tragic indeed. Fair enough, use the grenade, make sure that, Mercy fucking dies. Mercy, one of those people that's important enough to kill that you're pretty justified in just throwing the grenade at them. Should have, ulted Roadhog here, since he's the one using his ultimate, and nano-boosted Roadhog ult is a fucking lot of damage, actually, even if you're really far away. Funny that, this giant cone machine gun shotgun being damage boosted, turns out, pretty strong. Granted, he is really easy to CC, or crowd control, but, there are not many heroes in the game with hard crowd control. So we're playing Soldier now. We've, gone for a bit of a hero shift, though there is, quite a bit of crossover between Moira and, Soldier. So I don't like that we're doing this, because there are a great many things that can just kinda kill you for doing this. Because imagine, for example, either of the snipers come out of this game, right as you're doing that, you risk getting one shot. Granted, snipers, you risk that anyway, but getting shot like right here would be very upsetting. If, Roadhog comes out either side, you can die. Sometimes you'll see a Tracer or a Genji come out here, and they'll just go fucking hard on you if they see you here, because you're probably alone. That's what our Genji did to the Hanzo, and the Mercy, in fact. There's a lot of things that can just kinda kill you for this. If you get, like, if Pharah boops you off instead of booping nothing, then you can get booped into their entire enemy team and die, because Soldier, yeah, sprint's kinda cool, but, it won't get you out of that kind of situation. So here they come. Our May has managed to assassinate Mercy fucking somehow. And we're just gonna have a great time left-clicking people. Hold on. It would not, I was like, we're really moving. That was why I went back. We weren't really moving. And I get we're focusing on the people, but you want to actually, like, make sure you keep moving around. And, like, we're not really moving around right now, because we're kind of still occupying the same space right now. Because we don't really move around that much. And the point of, like, moving in general, just to try and make yourself hard to hit, is that you want the movement to be, like, short and sharp, because that's harder to predict. But you also have to make sure you're actually moving somewhere, right? Because the whole point is that, like, you get into a duel with somebody, and the best thing you can do is just go like, right? No, please do not bookmark this page. That's, like, the best thing you can do, especially if it's a precision-based hero you're trying to fight, like McCree, Soldier, Widowmaker. But you do have to actually still make sure you're moving, because if you take it too far, you don't actually move. And, you know, we're kinda moving around, but, like, not much. And it's just one of those things that, like, not moving around enough can just sometimes get you killed out of nowhere. And we want to avoid that as much as possible, because dying is pretty bad. So, we've got a Symmetra as well, which is actually new information to me. We did not quite manage to kill the Pharah, which is indeed very upsetting. But she came very close to dying. Well, fire it down at so I'm not sure why we stopped firing. Or you suddenly just, like, don't shoot at her for a little while. Now we're gonna use Tac Visor, which is, like, fair enough. The thing is that, like, most of our team is dead right now. Like, it's one of those things where in the moment I feel like I might have done the same thing. Because I'm just, like, looking at this and I'm like, I would have wanted that Pharah dead. The problem is, though, that, like, most of our team is actually dead right now. And you don't want to really use ultimates when most of your team is dead, because the hand of Kaplan himself has to come down and bless you to actually get you to win the fight if you're, like, drastically outnumbered and you use your ultimate. It's known to happen, but it's not exactly consistent, and it does again rely on them being bad, really. So we don't really want to use Tac Visor right here. I'm gonna mention it because your estimated SR is fairly high, and this is the point where this kind of thing starts to matter. You can cancel part of Soldier's reload with any of your abilities. And this starts to become important, because as you can see, we have slapped it in, and that's the point where your reload has actually finished, and you can use any of your abilities to cancel this animation and save, like, a little bit of time. So, because the cock back part on the gun is actually unnecessary. Once he's, like, slapped the gun, the reload's done. And you can cancel it with any of the abilities, so doing that starts to become important at, like, this kind of SR, where blatant mistakes are becoming rarer, and it becomes more about, like, min-maxing your play on the hero. And, you know, there's a timing to it, because obviously if you fuck it up and do it too soon, you end up having to redo the reload entirely, which is very sad, but once you've, like, practiced it, it just kind of becomes muscle memory. Like, he slapped it. There you go. You just, you know, your hands know what to do after a while. So, Symmetra's, like, tearing them right now, which is great. And they're like, oh, fuck, May's here. It was an alright Earth Shatter. Reinhardt right here. Oh, he did actually die. He's actually, like, basically dead. Okay. I was gonna say what he should have done was step forward and try to countercharge after blocking it. But he appears to have had literally one hit point. So, fair enough. I feel like his ragdoll. Let's watch that one just one more time. It's exactly what it feels like when you die as Reinhardt as well. Like, when the enemy Reinhardt kills you with his charge, that's, like, exactly what it feels like, that moment right there. So their soldier's using Tac Visor right now. We're gonna hide out of the way. We got boys down here still fighting. on the point. We shouldn't be trying to fight right now. What we should actually do during this time is, it's feasible that we're going to continue to fight over this checkpoint, right? Like, it's far enough away that our team might actually get back in time to contest it. We should take this time to go up the staircase behind us and get on the high ground, because then we'll be in a better position for the upcoming fight rather than just being on eye level with them. And we definitely shouldn't just be coming out here as well. And then also, on top of that, right, so we've already made 2 mistakes. Here's the 3rd mistake, right? Here's the triple whammy in this one decision, right? We're standing out in the middle of the open space right now, which we don't want to do in general, because there's nothing to use as cover, right? Like, if you want to get to cover right now, I've pushed a button. Oh, God. Oh, no. Yeah, we gotta go back. Okay, there we go. If you want to get to cover from, like, the center point of this area, you gotta go a long way, left or right. So you wanna, like, position so that you're close to cover still. Like, you're still, like, close to this wall, or you're, like... That's bad. No, that's, like, close to this wall. It's, like, close to the forklift, but no, you don't want to use the forklift for cover. You want to be, like, close to this if you're going to be fighting down here. Now, again, we could have just, like, gone upstairs, or just not come out here because we don't really want to be fighting right now because we're, like, 1v6. But also, stay near cover. Because you see, we had to run a long way to get back into cover after that happened. So the thing is, as well, is that I'm pretty sure we actually have a teleporter out there behind them right now, so they'll be upset about that one. Fucking dead. Suck it, Frankie 90. Frankie _90. So we wanna kill this Farah. It tends to be more efficient to shoot at the Mercy first, because it's very hard to kill the Farah through the Mercy healing, unless you're playing like McCree and you're a god, in which case you can kill the Farah through it. Tends to be better to focus the Mercy first. She's in the Blizzard. She's fucking dead. Hooray. We have won this fight at this point because they've lost, like, everything they need to win the fight. Like, it's not happening. Now, these boys are going to take a while to die. As you can see, Moira and Reinhardt dragged out their deaths for as long as possible over there, thereby staggering themselves. So they've got, like, 1, maybe 2 fights left in them. If it's 2 fights, it's 1, like, okay fight, and then 1 really stressed run-back fight. So, Tac Visor, probably enough, especially since that happened as well. Like, Tracer has just chosen to get picked off at the absolute worst time possible. She would get back in time if her team waits for her, but let's be real, they're not going to do that. So they're just going to come in here and start fighting. Now, we do want to be, like, a little bit more to the left right now, because we want to actually be able to, like, see down this, right? So we want to be over to the left. There's a couple things. First off, we want to actually be able to see down the ditch, which you can do if you're standing over near the boxes on the left. But also, like, where we're standing right now is, again, we're way out in the open, right? We're just, think about it, right? We look like the fucking fairground attraction, the shoot the duck fairground attraction, right? We're just on this catwalk, blank wall right behind us, and we're just kind of standing there. Farah can just, like, come around the corner and push you off this so easy. Like, just go and stand over near the boxes where you actually have some cover, and you can, like, go into the doorway or something like this. It's like, we want to be able to see down here and be near cover. The boxes on the left occupy both things. Or fulfill both things, I should say. Occupy both things. Just English language. So as we can see, that went absolutely terrible for them. Might not have needed to use Tac Visor. Well, I mean, you didn't really, because the Farah had no clue you were there, and ideally you'd be able to kill her in that situation without using it, but she was also definitely getting in position to use Barrage, and we definitely just want to make sure she fucking dies so she doesn't want to barrage, so she doesn't barrage our entire team. And hooray, we won the game, and it wasn't very close. Even though it was a game we won that wasn't very close, we've actually sat here and talked for a while, which is a rare thing indeed. Do we see the play of the game? Yeah, we do. Such a good highlight intro. I like how the fireworks are also different depending on what skin you're using. This is the goofiest looking gun in human history, though. Nice. So we talked about a great many things today, and the general gist of it was efficiency and being more optimized. You know, not just, like, using cooldowns on Ana, stuff like that. try and get used to cancelling the reload with your cooldowns as Soldier, because, you know, like, mid-high plat is the point where it starts to matter, because it is more about, like, optimizing your hero, and Soldier is about doing a consistent stream of DPS, so the cancelling the reload adds up. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. Join our Discord if you haven't already. You can ask questions more directly and have a conversation about it. And I hope you found the video helpful.